Run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up. What they saying? Man, I appreciate you. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. What's going on, everybody? We live. Sorry for being early, but man, it's been a good weekend. You know, I had to spend time with the fam. Had a happy anniversary. We got 8 years in the game. 8 years in the game. So, yeah, I had to spend time with the wife. So, we back at it. You know, I wanted to get this in before the main slate. Hopefully, it'll be a not too long of a stream. Hopefully, get this done by 11:30. Hell, even hopefully try to get this done by, yeah, I think 11:30 would be the best. I hear another DFS show talking about the same age all day. The same obvious on paper BS, LOL. All you gotta hear is Rice all day, Cowboy stack, Drake May, banter. I'm like, bro, DFS slates never work out like that. Profit right there saying the same ish. We talked about that the other day. Then we talked about that last week. How they gonna say, you know, they gonna keep themselves safe when you got these type of platforms. They're not gonna try to dive in and, you know, take those chances because obviously, you know, that the subscribers pay the bills. You know, you already know how that rolls, but they gonna say the same stuff, man, because they gotta keep them subscribers up. That's how they go. That's how they roll. Appreciate y'all, man. Let's dive into this thing. Don't want to spend any more time. I want to relax. You know, relax before the game start. All right, let's try to get it. I mean, I do like the Cowboys. Y'all see it. Y'all probably saw my cover. Like, oh, this motherfucker got damn Dak Prescott. Oh, man. But I like Cowboys. I mean, you got to look at the whole narrative with the whole, you know, Commanders narrative. But, yeah, let's jump in and try to find some better stacks. You know, try to find some pivots. All right, let's go to the QB side of things. I appreciate y'all. All right, we got obvious spot. We got Dak Prescott. Let's jump right into it, right? We got a 54 implied total. So I mean, obviously that's why they all looking at the Cowboy side of things, but I mean, that's probably the highest game on the slate. And one thing I like about Prescott is that he has been actually pretty good on the road, playing Washington. So playing Washington on the road, he's actually averaging around 32 fantasy points in the past 4 home games. I'm sorry, not on the road, at home. I'm sorry, not at home. He said Cowboys look good for sure, but the issue will be the Commanders push him with no Debo, no McLaurin. I think everybody's looking at Chris Moore getting the targets last week. I think Chris Moore is what they're looking at. You got Merritt he was a issue last few weeks, but I think Merritt might bounce back as well on the Commander side. You have Luke McCaffrey, those type of guys. So I mean, I'll say Dak is a cash play. I mean, I can't ignore it. I mean, the price is not bad at 65. I mean, he is priced up on FanDuel. See, they got him at 8,300. and then you have Jaden Daniels on the opposite end. I mean, Janet. You got Jaden. That's obviously he's $400 more than Dak, so that kind of make me more appealing to Dak. The fact that they priced up Jaden. They're looking at a minus 1.5 for Washington, so they're looking at a close game type of game script. Daniels and it's gonna run back to rookie. I mean, yeah, it's gonna have a lot of different. Yeah, I like Luke. I like Luke here, but then again, let's try to find some other plays. But I think Dak to me is a great cash spot. I mean, a lot of people looking at Jaden. He's 16, 17 in the last two, but Dak just shows he has great upside at home. And who knows? Maybe this is a close game to where they keep it, to keep it entertaining to where the last few games for the Cowboys, they just been, just tight losses, tight wins. They was it Green Bay tied. You had Carolina. You lose 3 points from Carolina. Bryce Young did well. We had Bryce Young, nice little stack for Bryce Young and McMillan, so that definitely helped out as well. Oh yeah, Trey Diggs is out. What happened with Trey Diggs? Didn't he then something happened at home? Something happened at home. I don't know what he did. They said it was more of a personal matter that he's out. It's weird. Yeah, Diggs. I don't know. Something happened at his at home to where he's not playing. Something went down. I don't know. I just think Dak. He's been on a little incline. He had 33 against Green Bay. Then he had 28 against the Jets. Then he went down to 22 against Carolina. I just really feel like he's gonna bounce back in this matchup. It just looks like an ideal bounce back. Last two games he played at home, he had 26 against the Giants. The difference between cash players is, if you mean one, you gotta look at cash type of slates, right? You gotta look at the double ups, where it's basically like you cash out, you could cash, half a line. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, oh yeah, you put $5 in, you could double up your money type of deal. GPP is more so like the the million maker type of play, like slates. The first player, the first place to 10,000, first place to 100K. Those type of slates, those are more so GPP, because obviously if you want to take it down, you have to be different. You got to find players that are lesser owned. Right, something happened with him at his house. Yeah, it's woman problems, man. Women scandalous, man. That's why you gotta keep them on. My wife ain't here. She went to the gym, but you know what I'm saying. Yo, you gotta keep your wife on the string, man. You gotta keep them on the string. You know what I'm saying. When you start, I shouldn't have to argue about who you are as a person. You know what I'm saying. Either you down. That's one thing about marriage, man. Like, either you could accept her at her worst. If you could accept her at her worst, and it's not that bad, then you're gonna have a good relationship. I mean, I could talk about relationship advice, but if you like, it's one thing you like them at their best, right? But if you cannot stand them at their worst, you feel like you gotta drink, you feel like you gotta cheat, then leave the relationship. But if she's one of those women where her worst is not bad, y'all could talk through it, and she kind of learned a lesson from that, and vice versa. I ain't gonna say all women, vice versa, men too, But that's when you got a good woman, man. If you can accept her at her best, and trust me, I know. There's certain women that you can't stand them at their worst, and then you just start wanting to go outside and window shop. You know what I'm saying? So I say the thing is, you just gotta know what you got at home. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't like that girl, let her ass go. Yeah. Everybody get facts. That's facts. Everyone got something, right? But the key thing is, can you deal with it? If you can deal with that shit, then y'all be alright. Y'all be fucking fine. Cause trust me, ain't no women out here. Trust. These women out here now, they faking the funk, and then once you in that damn relationship, you stuck. Some women just want to have financial stability, and hell, you already know that's a red flag off the jump. If you're in a relationship and you not even in a relationship, if the first date is trying to figure out how much money you making, get the fuck out of there. Cause what the fuck I gotta tell you about how much money I'm making? You trying to get married now? What we trying to do? What we doing? Right? I'm trying to get to know you as a person. It may not even be a relationship. It might be a good friendship, and it leads to a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, find a woman that you could have a great friendship first, and it could build. You got women out here that's trying to get married off the jump. That right there's a red flag, cause they're not stable. You know what I'm saying? If you finding a woman that's trying to figure you out and trying to figure out you marriage material, shit. I'm trying to figure out why you still single. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you gotta let that bitch go, man. There's some women that you already know off the jump. You could hold them to a pedestal, or you could just see them as a side chick. There's two different women. If I already see you as a side chick, there ain't no relationship. But there's some women that there's some women that you like, yo, she's this, but I'm not ready. You know what I mean? And I'd rather not even deal with her because I'm not ready for that. And that's cool. But there's certain women you already know what it is, and you just leave it on the side. You know what I mean? But until you're ready to make moves, then there's women like that out there. But that's a whole nother topic. But that's how I keep my relationship, my marriage. And that's the thing too. People don't fail to realize marriage is still a fucking relationship, and we try to put that separate. It's still a fucking relationship. Got to put them in categories. Facts. Not every woman is marriage material, and also men too. Like, we also have to realize if we're meant for marriage, we can't keep holding these women accountable and not looking ourselves in the mirror too. You feel me? Like, not all men are meant for marriage. Maybe you're the type of man that you just can't be alone. You just need a woman with you. You just don't want to have the ring. You know what I mean? Have that responsibility. You know what I'm saying? Some men just don't want to be alone. You know what I'm saying? And can't deal with marriage because you rather be with just different women. I mean, we have to also hold ourselves accountable too. Like, maybe I'm not meant for marriage. Maybe I just want to be single, just with different women. You know what I mean? Yeah. True honest wife gives you headaches, but not the detrimental kind. Man, I'm not gonna speak for myself, man. My wife, I ain't gonna say it was peaches and cream, but I feel like women, I could get canceled for that shit. But I feel like women are just like, kids. All right, for instance, kids. If you have a kid, kids know what they could do with your mom and what they could do with you, right? And if you're the type of person that you already have limitations, right? You have limitations on what you want that person to be. There's only certain things I'll allow you to do, right? Just like a kid knows what they could do to push your buttons, right? They know that they can't push dad's buttons, but I could push mom's buttons, vice versa, right? I feel like the same thing with women. Like, men, if you're a man that like, look, I this is how I roll. If you don't like the way I do my thing, then leave. And I left. I did that right when I was dating. You know what I'm saying? Like, I said, look, I don't take certain shit. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna, you know what I mean? And she was able to like deal with that, or she was able to go. You know what I'm saying? But she, and I ain't gonna say like it's submissive. It's like a submissive thing, but it's good to have a woman that knows the boundaries. If you got a woman that knows your boundaries, a lot of shit gonna nip in the bud. You know what I'm saying? But if you got a woman that's gonna do her regardless of what you say, then those are red flags, man. Like, because at the end of the day, that's where domestic violence come in play. That's when egos, and you got women that want to be a man in a relationship come into play, because you got women thinking they could be a man. You know what I'm saying? But it takes two. But the man runs the shit, and that's hell. That's day one. God made that happen. You feel me? So, man, there's so much you could talk about with that. But I say, if you got a woman that understands the limitations, no boundaries. You get a woman that understands the boundaries, man. You be alright. You got women that want to do whatever she want to do, and don't give a fuck about you. One, she don't respect you. That's another thing. If a woman's willing to still gonna do her regardless of what you say, she don't respect you. So at that moment, leave, and then it's okay. Sometimes you gotta be out the picture for them to realize shit, and then shit by that time it's too late. You know what I mean? But I digress. But, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, it's all good. Everything works out at the end of the day. Is your life. Do what the hell you want to do with your life. If this woman can't understand what you want to put to what she puts to the table, then she gotta go, and it's okay. Oh yeah, man, we need this talk. Sometimes we talk about some DFS. I'm talking about some love DFS, love fantasy. No respect, no love. Facts, man. That's vice versa, bro. But if a woman ain't gonna do what she's told to do, it's like a dog, man. You could tell a dog. I could tell a dog. You know, you have dogs that could be off a leash, and I could walk my dog with no leash. Why? Because the dog knows you the alpha. The dog knows that you take care of him. The dog knows, yeah, I might discipline, but at the end of the day, it's respect. The dog will stay right by your side with no leash. But if you got a dog that you take outside and he just runs off, and you get all these damn dogs on the Ring camera saying they lost dogs, they don't love y'all. They want to get the fuck out of there. Same as a female, bro. Same thing. I ain't gonna try to compare them to a dog, but it's the same thing. It's the same thing, bro. Same shit. You gotta put your dog on a leash. Let that dog go. My dog, I don't need no damn leash for my dog. All right, y'all. So we're gonna go right back into this. This is because it's deep. I don't want to be too late. It's already 11:03. But hey, man, sometimes shit happens, man. Sometimes we need certain talks, because I mean that's what resonates in us, man. Sometimes we don't know what men are dealing with on a daily basis, and that's another thing. You got a woman that don't understand what, hell, even a black man has to deal with every damn thing. You know what I'm saying? Well, yeah, that too. You gotta know both sides. What the cycle, the circles your wife runs in. Yeah, facts. You gotta have that good. I mean, I feel like, man, everyone has that or you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're the type of person where when they come to you, they feel at peace because of the energy you bring. I feel like everyone has their own energy. You feel me? And if you're the type of person that, if I come to you and there's always negative energy, like, I don't want to be in your space. So if you're the type of man that, you know, you do you take care of your own, and you provide peace, you know what I'm saying? Like, that resonates. That keeps that woman in that, like you said, that environment. Because regardless of what you're going through, you don't present that to them, to where they feel at peace when they're with you. Now, that's the thing too. Like, we deal with shit every day. We're dealing with financial crisis. We're dealing with lockdowns right now. And you know what I mean? And hell, we could go crazy, right? And hell, as a black man or vice versa, man, we dealing with other shit outside of relationships that could actually, you know, harm the home, harm your peace. And that's the thing, man. You gotta hold your peace, man. And if a woman's out here trying to fuck with your peace, let that bitch go. Let her go. Because that's all I have at the end of the day. I'm dealing with so much other shit outside of home. I'm dealing with other battles. I'm dealing with bills. I'm dealing with this. I'm dealing with society. You know what I'm saying? To where I come home and you talk about shit that's not relevant. What the fuck we talking about? And that's when you blow off. You know what I mean? That's when you got guys beating on their wives and beating on their girls because you got a woman that don't respect. You know what I mean? And then they try to, and I feel like domestic where the guy might feel like, you're tackling their ego, and now he feeling like he has to do something to shut them up. Like that leads to other negativity, bro. So, man, like I said, environment is everything. But I feel like your peace, you gotta keep your peace intact. Don't let nobody. I don't care. Nobody. I don't care if it's your boss. I don't care if it's your friends. I don't care if it's your wife. Your kids. Protect your peace, man. And if you got a woman that don't understand that and want to fuck with your peace, that will lead to other shit down the line. But if you got a woman that understand what you go through and what they want to do and what they put to the table is trying to help that, where like, okay, he's at work every fucking day. Let me prepare his meal. Oh, let me clean the house because he's been working all day. Or hell, sexual. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it may be to keep you straight. If you got a woman that's willing to do that for you, man, you gotta keep her. And you got certain dudes that don't. And you got certain dudes that don't even know that, and then they go out in the streets and fucked up their own shit. And then now you got a dog in your house that you didn't even want to be. You know what I mean? You made a woman on the street pregnant that does everything opposite than what you actually put in. What you put in. You got women that now they want to take they take your pay. You know what I mean? Now you're dealing with the courts. Now you're dealing with all this shit because you want to go outside and dealing with people that don't even give two shits about you. But when you fucked up home, you know what I mean? You fuck up your home. And I had to learn that too. I ain't gonna say that's perfect. I had to learn what you had at home was meant to be. You feel me? So, yeah, man. But if you got a woman that understands what you deal with, then you got a good one, man. You got a good one. All right, y'all. Let's get into. We got, like I said, Cash. I think Dak. I really don't want to go Jaden only because I hate the price. I mean, 69. He's up there. I mean, I feel like if you get Dak lesser than Jaden, to me is a better play. So I'm gonna go Jaden here. He said, "You speaking facts. You gotta learn it. Facts. You gotta learn. You do gotta learn. It's all experiences, man. Like everything you deal with every day on a daily basis, all experiences, all learning a lesson." All right, y'all. I think the next play I'm looking at is just for a saving spot. I like Bo Nix, 5,600. I mean, he is 56 on DraftKings. You get him for 71. You're going against the Giants. They're looking at 7.5 favor in this play, but I do like the stack with Denver. I think Denver's a nice little slick stack here with him, and Dobbins been balling now still. I think Sutton's gonna bounce back from last week. I think Bo Nix is a great play at 5,600. He's going against the Giants, one of the worst teams against the pass. They're allowing an average 256 passing yards, 36 attempts a game to QBs, around 20 fantasy points on the road. Are they playing at home? Let me double check. See, Knicks is playing at home, so he's playing at home too. I like Bo Nix, but if he don't throw 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. If you don't throw 3 touchdowns, I feel like he's in a good play. I mean, hope he don't throw 3 interceptions. But I think Bo Nix is a good spot. I mean, 5,600. I mean, I feel like the Giants ain't. I mean, they just give up a lot in the air. Let's see who they played last few games. They had, Jalen Hurts, obviously. Jalen Hurts had 21. Rattler had 16. You had Prescott in week 2. He had 26. Mahomes had 13. That's crazy. Herbert had 14. I don't know. I feel like Bo Nix is a good spot. I hope he don't get folded up, but it could be a good play. I think I like once we get to the running backs, and I like Dobbins a lot here. I like Sutton. I trust Payton put Nicks in all the right places. I really feel like he's in a good spot here. But we could look at other plays, but just off the rip, I just think he's in a great play for today. Because he didn't have a good game last couple games. He played Philly. He had 17 against Philly. He had 13 against the Jets last week. But I really feel like the Giants he had 29 against the Bengals. That was at home. And hopefully he's back at home again to where he's in a better place. So hopefully in his home turf, he could get like a rushing touchdown. I could see him getting like a rushing touchdown as well, and 2 touchdowns, passing touchdowns. That's what I'm looking at. I'm hoping for. All right. Next play. I think we gotta look at Carson Wentz, right? Carson Wentz, GPP for real. Is Carson Wentz playing today? Carson Wentz even on here? I got McCarthy's dumbass on here. He's not even playing. Is he playing? Who's starting? Hey, who's starting for Minnesota? Carson Wentz has been named the starter of Week 7. I think we got to look at Carson Wentz. He's only 5,000. He's going against his former squad with the Eagles. He got a lot to prove of why he was the dude and why they paid so much money for him to fold on the Eagles. But then again, it is what it is. But Carson Wentz in a great play against Philly. He had 15, 26, and 14 in the last 3 games into the season. Philly's averaging around 230 passing yards in the last 4 games, but they're only giving up 216 for the season. But they are allowing 22 fantasy points at home. On the road. On the road. Hold on. Olivia. Lala. Did y'all drink y'all water? Okay. Finish y'all water. It's 11 o'clock. Where's y'all water at? Where's Lala's water? Lala. Huh? Where's your water? I think it's finish your water right there. Finish your water. Go in there and finish your water. Hey, both of y'all. Yeah? Y'all let me know when y'all done. Okay. Alright. We gotta get these girls on that water. Trying to give them 3 bottles of water a day. They tripping. But yeah. Let's see, what's this right here? But yeah, Carson Wentz, I think he's got a lot of proof in this matchup. So for 5,000, you want to go this route. This could be a great game to target. They're looking at a -2 spread for Minnesota, but then again, a 43.5 implied total here. I can see Wentz just launching the ball to double J. This could be a good game for them. So I think Carson Wentz 5,000 is also a good dart play for GPP. What do y'all think about Dylan Gabriel? You think he might step up in this matchup? He's going against Miami. I'm hearing this bad weather in this matchup. I don't know. What y'all think about Dylan Gabriel? He's 4,400 here. He did have a game where he did have his first game when he had Minnesota. He played Minnesota. He had 16 fantasy points, and for his price tag at 4,000. I mean, that's what you want, right? That's what you want as a guy that could give you. Uh, I mean, that's upside right there for 4,400. So he's in a matchup where he's going against Miami. Miami's one of the worst teams and against the pass. They allow an average 233 passing yards, around 1.8 passing yards a game, 23 fantasy points allowed. You say you think, ooh, the Titans? Oh, I can't trust it, man. Cameron Ward, bro, like this dude, man, I can't deal with this dude. And it's New England. I mean, they're looking at a -7 spread. Patriots, I mean, they might just go ape shit on them. All right, let's go to the next one. I'm not really sure about this Dylan Gabriel guy, but they're gonna have to change up something in his offense. Maybe it's more so the run attack. They gotta establish the run attack with this team. You can't just keep assuming they pass the ball all the damn time. That's when you start being more of a. Remember Tecmo Bowl back in the day where if you pick the same play, and the defense just bum rush your offense. Like that's how I feel with Cleveland. Like they're predictable offense to where like the defense is not, they're gonna stay at their ground and you gotta surprise them. And there's no surprise with Gabriel, so maybe it might not be a good spot for him, but maybe a good spot for the run attack. We'll see. I really don't want to try to, I don't want to go and say, I don't want to try it. You know what I'm saying? Like Gabriel, yes. I mean, but I feel like there's better options here to try to hope for 15 to 16 fantasy points when that you want a guy to give you 20 to 30. You feel me? I do like Justin Fields. He's going against Carolina. There's a 41 implied total. He did have a horrible. Did he get hurt? I don't know what the hell happened with him. I think he got hurt, but he's going against Carolina. Well, he had 4 against. Yeah, I think he got hurt last week, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. He should bounce back here. I mean, you had Prescott that had 22. You had Tua. Tua had 22. You had Drake May with 23. I feel like in the last 3 matchups for Carolina, they just been giving up a lot to the QBs. And the thing about Justin Fields, like he could do it. He could do it his own. He could give you 2 touchdowns and run for 2 touchdowns, or he's more likely gonna get a rushing touchdown in this type of game script. And Carolina, they should do well, but they're only giving up around 230 passing yards a game, around 2 touchdowns. They are allowing 2 touchdowns, passing touchdowns a game. So that's something I like here. Yeah, Shador is looking down the field. That's facts. And the thing about Gabriel, he's just constantly looking at the 5 to 10 yard type of passes. I mean, the fact that he threw 50 plus, 60 pass attempts? Was it 60 or 50? One of the two. But damn, that's crazy. I mean, he didn't. A lot of people are like, okay, he didn't throw any interceptions, but still, man, it was a few passes where you're looking at him like, That's the thing about Fields. I don't know who he's gonna throw to. Like, I don't know. But he's a guy that like he does it with his legs. I don't think there's any upside with the receivers. In my opinion, I don't think there's really nobody in the receiver side. Is Wilson out? Oh, he's doubtful. Yeah. Ooh. Ooh. I mean, 5,700. have his boy Wilson with him. All right, let me put together. Let me go ahead and put together my plays real fast. Just see what I'm working with right now. So cash, we got Prescott. And you got Jaden. You finish your water?
Yeah.
Let me see.
I'm gonna drink all water.
All right, we want to go down. I think we gotta look at Knicks. Wentz. I think that's it, right? I think those are the four I like, right? I don't think I have to try to find anything else. I think Prescott, Daniels, Knicks, and Wentz. Those are the two I really like. If I'm gonna go GPP, I think Knicks is the guy I like here for the price. At what 5,600. I think that's a nice spot for him. Wentz, if you want to go cheap, I think at 5,000 he's in a good play. I do like him.
Check, shake it.
Higher. Good job, Lali. Olivia? Yeah? You finish your water? Yes. Come here, let me check. Then you didn't finish then. Alright, let's go to running backs.
I just think that I can get a toy at the mall.
What?
Daddy.
Yes.
We want to go to the mall.
We're not going to no mall. Daddy gonna relax and watch some football.
Football?
Yep.
No.
What do you mean no?
There won't ours. Work.
Olivia? You already trying to finish your drink before you get here. What's this?
I drink all my water, Daddy.
Go.
Daddy, I drank all my water.
Finish your water and come back. Alright, go. Thank you.
Daddy.
Yep.
I have lost something. I want you.
Okay, I get it in a little bit, alright? I'll get in a little bit. Alright, y'all. I do like Javonte Williams at 67. 67 on Draftkings, 75 on FanDuel. But this Washington, I think he's going to bounce back in his play. He only had 8 last week against Carolina. He's been real effective, especially at home. He had 25, 19. He had 25 against the Giants. And that's the thing, too, the fact that he's playing division game. I'm sorry, what? Need help with what? Yes. Yeah, she was capping for real. Man, you heard that water? You heard all that water? God, dog, it was half in that water. I had to shake that thing. What? Yeah, she was capping hard, man. Olivia. Olivia. Yeah, she was capping hard, G. But like I said, the fact that he did well in his last division game against the Giants at 25, he had 19 against Green Bay. I really thought he's going to bounce back in this matchup where Washington is giving up around 88 rushing yards a game, but also they're giving up the pass attack. They're giving up around like 46 receiving yards to running backs. They're allowing 22 fantasy points allowed to the position. So I think Javonte is going to eat here. I really feel like hopefully, with 3 times the value, hopefully he gives us 18 plus. That's what I'm looking at right here. I think he gives us 18 in this type of script. Next spot I am looking at is Quishon Judkins. I just hope that he bounced back. I just really feel like they just need to open up the game for him. I mean, he had one of his worst games, which was last week against Pittsburgh. But then again, it's Pittsburgh, right? But he's been okay in the last 4 games into the season. He had 10 in his first week against Baltimore. He had 16 against Green Bay. He had 21 against Detroit, 16 against Minnesota. Hopefully they just establish the run game, and this should be ideal against Miami, as they're one of the worst teams against the run. They're allowing 134 rushing yards to running backs, 45 receiving yards to running backs, averaging 28 fantasy points. So for 6,000, I just hope that he just gets the load for this matchup and don't fumble or whatever it may be. But I mean, 6,000. He's 74 on FanDuel. I just hope that he gives it 18 plus. I could see a touchdown and hopefully a 100-yard game. Hopefully he break off with a nice 50-plus yarder, and now they can establish a run game. Just try to find some type of motivation of why you need to give him the damn ball. So that's what I'm hoping for. Hopefully he has like a, he start off, confident, or right off the jump. You know what I mean? And that he could be a great player. 6,000. I just hope that's the case. I hope that's the case. He's in a great matchup to do so against Miami. So, all right. So let's go to the next spot. Going back here to J.K. Dobbins. He's 56. You get him for cheaper, and that's the thing too. He's cheap, and he's been effective all season. Let's see. He's averaging roughly, around 13 fantasy points for the season. He's getting around 15 carries a game. He has 4 touchdowns into the season. So that's awesome to look at. And he's in a good spot against the Giants that give up a 98 rushing yards a game. Around 22 fantasy points to the position. So you got guys like, I'm surprised Barkley didn't do shit last week, but Kamara didn't do well. They had Hampton. Remember, Hampton went off. He had a 30 fantasy point game, which is crazy. You had Javonte that had 25 against them in week 2. So do like Dobbins. Hopefully he could bounce back and have a great game. I mean, 4 against the Jets is crazy. It was an ugly game. They won by 2 points. It was an ugly ass game. So hopefully they bounce back here. He said Pacheco's going to eat. I hope so. He's on my fantasy, so I hope he eat. What are you doing with her?
Daddy.
Hmm?
Can you help me with my iPad?
What's wrong with your iPad?
My turn off.
You need to charge it.
I don't know how to take it off.
Alright, well.
From my hands.
Alright, then let me do it. I don't want you touching no plug.